What is happening, guys, and welcome to today's video. Now, I apologise for the state of my face and why I look so scruffy. I've been up since 5 AM this morning, feeling completely shit, but I knew that today was the day that I needed to record for this week's videos, so I'm pushing through, I'm punching it in the face, and just trying not to die. But I thought today I would start off the Final Fantasy 15 playthrough. Now this is going to work differently to my usual Let's Plays, and I'm going to tell you why in today's video. I've been waiting for this game for so long, and I didn't think I was going to be able to record it, but I have just managed to get Elgato to run through OBS, record sound and my microphone, and record my webcam all at the same time and in good quality. So I'm really excited about this. So what I'm going to give you first and foremost is a bit of backstory on Final Fantasy 15, because if you're going to go into a game with a huge ass storyline, you're going to want to know what you're getting yourself in for. So I thought, why not watch Kingslave, which is the feature-length film based on Final Fantasy 15, and also watch the short animation that was made, or anime, for those of you who like to be politically correct, that was called Brotherhood, and that is on YouTube, and I'll put all the links to that down below. It is very, very good, and I highly recommend it before you play the game. So in Final Fantasy 15 Brotherhood, you learn a lot more about the four main characters, Noctis, Ignis, Gladiolus, and Prompto. Now you learn a lot about their backstories, how they came to be friends with Noctis, and why they're actually away from the Lucans and away from their capital city. The stories of the four guys are very sad, and on a few occasions I actually teared up, and these episodes are like 10 to 15 minutes long, and I know one of them's like 17 minutes, but I think that's the only one that's over 15 minutes, but I actually teared up and felt such an emotional connection to the characters, and I think that's important if you're going into a video game with such a vast character development process. So if you want to watch anything and you don't have the time to sit for 2 hours to watch a film, then I highly suggest going and watching Final Fantasy 15 Brotherhood. I'll put the links down below. It is subbed anime, which usually I do not like, but I managed through 5 episodes of it, so if you really want to get into it and start learning about the characters, watch Brotherhood. Kingslave is kind of different. Kingslave is a film based on the army that King Regis puts together to protect the city and the Empire of Lucan. Now, the Kingslave work for the king, obviously, and they protect the crystal. Now, I'll get into the crystal and all of the backstory in a bit, but Kingslave kind of pulls on the idea that this happens before the events of Final Fantasy 15. It kind of leads up and helps you understand why it's so important for Noctis to find his way back to the Empire and to get his throne back. You learn so much about how it's so important for Noctis to get back, and I feel like that's going to make me want to finish the game so much quicker because I fully understand why he needs to be back. So I'm excited. So now let's delve into the backstory of Final Fantasy 15. Now, the 3 main empires we need to know about in this are the Lucans, or the Lucians, it's spelled a bit weird, the Tenebrae, and the Niflheims. Final Fantasy 15 is set in the world of Eos. This is like an Earth-like land with many different kingdoms and many different empires and loads of different cities, a vast amount of monsters and beasts and all sorts that you need to go through. At one point in time, every empire was functioned and maintained by a magic crystal. Now, these crystals chose a person to hold the power of the crystal, and this person ended up being the king or the queen of each different empire. Now, over the years, wars waged between all these different empires, and loads of different empires lost their crystals, which led to a decline in environment, things, finance, just the people in general just felt dethroned by this. And the one empire that didn't lose their crystal were the Lucans, which is led by King Regis, which is Noctis's father. My voice. This is the last crystal of any empire, so it is hugely important that this is not taken by any other empire and it is protected. Huge amounts. So what King Regis does is he maintains the power of the crystal, and creates a wall and a barrier that protects the city of Insomnium, I believe it is, away from all harm. The capital city of Lucan, I think it's Insomnia. So he protects this city where the crystal is held, and it drains his life force every single day, which means he's becoming weaker and weaker with every passing day, until eventually he won't be able to hold the power of the crystal anymore, and it will be Noctis's turn to be on the throne. They pull on this kind of in Brotherhood, but they really drill it into your brain in Kingslave. Because the Lucans and King Regis hold control of this final crystal, the outside world feel like they should have this crystal. A lot of them get jealous, they want it back, and this leads to an uprising in an empire called Niflheim, which are kind of like the bad guys in a sense, but it's like they're being like the evil good. They're doing something evil, but they have a good idea behind it. They want to have the crystal because they know how important it is to everybody else, but they're only doing it for their own benefit. They're not doing it for the wider population. They're only doing it because they want control, they want ultimate power, and they want to destroy everything. Niflheim and Lucans start waging war, which is the very first battle that we see in Kingslave. After this huge battle, there's a huge loss of life, and the Niflheims send Arden to go and offer the Lucans and King Regis a peace treaty. This peace treaty states that all land that Lucan owns must be handed over to the Niflheims, and Noctis and the fair Lunafea must wed. Now, Lunafea is an oracle, and the oracles live in the Empire of Tenebrae. Now, the oracles are this religious and very highly prestigious empire that everyone knows about. They are protectors of the environment, and Lunafea is the youngest living oracle in human history, and this makes her hugely powerful and hugely influential. With Noctis being this heir to the throne and Lunafea being this really powerful oracle, then, you know, they kind of want to put them together because power. But on the day of the signing of the peace treaty, we learn that this whole peace treaty was a ruse for King Regis to lower his defences and for Niflheim forces to infiltrate their capital city, gain control of the crystal, and overthrow the throne. Now, this inevitably leads to the death of King Regis, which is where we start with Final Fantasy XV. Now, due to the whole Niflheim thing, a rumour starts spreading that King Regis, Noctis, and Lunafea perished in this terrible battle, therefore making everybody else believe that Niflheim are the only people that are powerful enough to control the kingdoms. You see where I'm going here? However, we know that Noctis and Lunafea are not dead, because they're in Final Fantasy XV, and this is where the story of Final Fantasy XV actually does start. Now, Cor is this, I don't know who he is exactly, but I do know he's like one of the servants of the king who's with Noctis. Now, Noctis, Gladiolus, Ignis, and Promptor are actually on their way to a different city where Noctis was supposed to be wed Lunafea. Whilst on that journey, they learn of the overthrowing at the Lucan capital and how King Regis has perished. This proves that Noctis must now return and try and reclaim his throne back. So this journey begins, and Cor tells Noctis that he must go and find all of his family's historical weapons, because these will be the only things that help him gather the force needed to infiltrate Niflheim forces and reclaim the crystal, which will therefore give him power to reclaim his throne. So this huge adventure is a huge story of friendship, perseverance, and fatherly love at the end of the day. And it's quite a sad story, and it's quite a powerful story about how about political uprising and political unrest. And I love stories like this, so I'm so excited to get involved with the actual game. Now, how am I going to set this Let's Play out? Now, I'm going to be hoping to get 10 to 15 minute episodes out once a week, 2 if I have the time, but I will be using my strategy guide, which I bought if you saw the unboxing, to try and get 100% on this game. Oh boy. This means that these 10-15 minute episodes will probably be in 30-minute recording chunks, which I will then cut down because there's a lot of walking around and I just want to get to the nitty-gritty stuff like the story, the side quests, the hunts, the bosses, collectibles, the whole shebang. DLC as well because I got the season pass. And also, I'm going to have guests. Now, Glenn has appeared on this channel before, but he has never played a Final Fantasy game, so I'm going to just throw the strategy guide into his hand and say, look dude, tell me what to do. And he's going to poo his pants and not know what to do. So, good luck Glenn. Ha! But the first couple of episodes are probably going to be me on my own because Glenn is still at university. Over Christmas I'll probably get a lot more recording in with Glenn because he's back home for Christmas. So, you'll see a lot more of Glenn then. Now this game is fucking huge. Like, I'm not even joking. The game is fucking massive. One of the bosses, which in Conan O'Brien's Clueless Gamer, he stated, took 72 consecutive hours to beat, has been beaten in 1 hour. So I know that it's possible to beat one boss in an hour. But the boss battles are probably going to take up like one full episode, so you guys know exactly how I've done it. You'll see me rage, you'll probably see me cry, but it's going to be bloody fun, and it's going to be an awesome adventure that we're all going to go on together. On the screen now is from the strategy guide, and it's the map from the first part of chapter 1 of the story. Now, this game has 14 chapters. Holy fuck, guys. Holy fuck. In the first part of chapter 1 alone, there's 10 story missions, 4 side quests, 2 hunts, and 2 tours, and a bunch of collectibles. If you look in the collectibles, there's like a green item on that list. That is an item that is only collectible after I finish the game. So there is going to be certain parts that I'm going to have to go back and do, but hopefully I'm going to try and maintain 100% as much as I can through the entire game, and then once I finish the game, go back and collect those extra collectibles and do the DLC after. So now you know exactly what I'm going to do, and it's a big massive fucking project, and I'm scared. But I know a lot of you have really digged the idea of me doing Final Fantasy 15, and there's a couple of you who've said that you're excited to see gameplay, so hopefully I can produce good gameplay for you because I really want to play the game to the best of my ability, and I'm probably not going to do it because it's a different combat system altogether, so I'm going to have to get used to it, and you're probably going to see a few rage-induced controller throws, probably because I get angry at boss battles. They're awful. They're fucking awful. But now you know what to expect. You know the backstory. The links to Brotherhood are going to be down below. I'd like to know what you guys think about this idea. It's a different kind of concept to my usual Let's Plays. It's kind of like a playthrough, walkthrough / guide. Because I have the strategy guide, I thought I might as well use it as much as I can for these videos, so that you guys know where you can get certain collectibles and stuff. Certain things like the flying car, you can't get the flying car until after the game, so I'll probably get to that in the videos when it comes to it. And you can ask me any questions you want about Final Fantasy 15. I will try and answer them as best I can, and I'll try and cover subjects that you ask me to talk about Final Fantasy 15 as much as I can in videos as well. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you were enjoying the new videos. I'm trying to keep them to 10 to 15 minutes a little bit because I know I was doing 20 to 25 minutes. So I'm just trying to cut it down and keep in like the best parts of the video. So I hope you guys are enjoying that, and I will see you lovely lot in the next video, chum.